I've got to tell you something here, right? So, this is sponsored by Dutch Barn. It's not. I keep getting my adverts banned from the telly. I love co-owning Dutch Barn, and I'm trying to make it a global brand. I love doing the marketing. It's great. It's a real great nut to crack. I love sort of being in business and trying to make this work. There's loads of stuff. It's amazing, right? But it's tough. It's really tough. It's a tough market. There are loads of rules. So I thought we kept getting pulled back, and some of it was like, oh yeah, it was. I knew it was a bit, out there. The odd swear word we had to cut. We got one on telly, just me and the dog was barking. So I did a Christmas ad. I thought this would be fine, right? And it was a scene. It was going to be a scene, right? Me, a little kid who's sort of meant to be my nephew, a brother or brother-in-law asleep on the couch, a nan in a chair, 85-year-old woman asleep, right, with her Christmas hat on. Anyway, so this was the advert. I'm having a Dutch Barn, and the little kid goes, "What are you drinking, Uncle Ricky?" And I say, "Dutch Barn. It's made from British apples, and it's friendly to the environment. They reckon by the year 2050, the polar ice caps will melt, but I'll be dead." And the kid goes, "Will I live to see the polar?" Oh yeah, you'll be alive. You'll see all the, devastation and flooding and famine and war, right? And then he goes, "Will Nanny see the polar ice melt?" And I go, "Nanny would be lucky if she sees this ice melt," right? That's the gag. I went, "No, you can't have a kid feature in an alcohol advert." I went, "Well, he's not drinking." I went, "No, you can't do it." What? You can't see a child on telly? Well, no, they can't feature. He can't give you that line. So we couldn't do it anyway. We couldn't do it, right? So then I thought, I'll keep getting these adverts banned. I got one banned on the Underground, and that was it was a big poster on the London Underground, and it was me having a drink, and it just said, "One day you'll be underground for good." And they went, "No, you can't." I said, "Why?" They said, "Because people might think you mean, because life's short, you should make the most of it and maybe drink heavily." I went, why is that? That's in your head. So that was banned. So then, right, I decided, I said, right, so this was the advert. It was me going, my adverts keep getting banned from the telly for various reasons. There are so many rules. So how about a bit of honesty? Alcohol is an addictive poison that ruins lives. Merry Christmas. They went, "No, you can't do that." We went, "Why? That's just the truth." They said, "No, we don't ban adverts." I went, "Well, what do you call it then?" So I said, "Oh no, we'll change it to, I keep falling short of the advertising rules." Da da da. And they what was they said? They said, "No, it makes fun of the rules." So the advert about being banned was banned. So, well, we'll say TV. We'll just do it on the internet. That was my whinge. So it's up to you, basically. You are all I've got. So retweet the adverts for Dutch Barn. We sent them one the other day. I knew it wouldn't get through. It was a Halloween one, and just to annoy them, really. And it was Happy Halloween, a time where we scare kids with tales of ghosts and ghouls and vampires. If you really want to frighten your kids, tell them about priests, 70s DJs, and my Uncle Sid, proper wrong. They sent back, "This is really offensive." It just annoyed them. Oh, now. Happy Halloween from everyone at Dutch Barn Vodka. It's a magical time of year when we try and scare kids with tales of ghosts and ghouls and vampires. All good fun. If you really want to scare children, tell them about priests and 70s DJs and my Uncle Sid. Proper wrong'un. murdered in jail eventually. So, dirty boy, Sid, you dirty boy. Anyway, probably get in trouble for. I think they think I'm a bit of a whistleblower for. You see, because they wanted to, not say alcohol's this and that, right? Pretending that they're really right on. But actually, they don't want the real truth. They don't want us to say alcohol's really bad for you and fucks up your liver and gets you drunk and makes you mental, because that ruins it for all the other adverts. They don't really want the truth. There's got to be a polite truth. So anyway, yeah, there's that. Rant. Sufjan Stevens. The only thing, I use that as the last song on series 2 of Afterlife. Beautiful. How are you? Exciting times. In America and for the rest of the world, I think. Which is a good thing, of course. Where are you watching this from? Let me know. Is this working? It seems to be working. I've had gigs cancelled. I could just be talking to myself again. Stressed. Upset. It's not over yet. What are you upset about? I don't know whose side you're on. Going slightly mad. Crazy in the US. Someone from Hampstead, that's down the road. Vancouver. Montana. Devon. Chicago. Liverpool. Turkey. Bournemouth. Liverpool. 2 for Liverpool. Liverpool in the lead. Philadelphia. Ireland. Toronto. Texas. Good. Right, let's kick off. Forget the election. Forget all natural disasters. Forget that we're a dying species on a dying planet, circling a dying sun. Let's get to the important stuff. This is from Tiana. Thoughts on the existence of slugs? It's a good question. I have got thoughts on the existence of slugs, and I'm all for it. Slugs. Well, they're. What can I tell you about slugs? They're mollusks, for more specifically gastropods, which I think means stomach-footed. They're basically a thing that's a foot with a stomach. They basically eat and then move, and that's it. They're about, when I say they're mollusks and more specifically gastropods, it goes phylum, class, order, family, genus, species, and so that's all the branches. You start off with a kingdom. They're animals, and then it's the phylum, and then the phylum has different classes, and each class has different orders. Phylum, class, order, family, genus, and then species, and that's a specific. And there are 5 to 10s of millions of species. But yeah, so the phylum is mollusks, means soft-bodied. You've got slugs, snails, sea slugs, octopus, and then you've got gastropods, which are slugs and snails. And I think snails came first. They're about 150 million years old, right? So they've been around for a long time. They haven't changed much. But slugs evolved from snails. They lost their shell. They had their shell first, and then they've still got a little residue cell inside. If you opened up a slug, which I don't know why you would, a lot of people think a slug is just a homeless snail. It's not. It's evolved rather like the slow worm. isn't a snake, it's a lizard, and it lost its legs. It didn't need them. He goes, oh, look. It said, listen, I'll be honest, I do a lot of burrowing, and the legs get in the way, right? So I'll lose them, be more like a snake. And some snails obviously went, I don't need this shell, I want to get into places, I'll lose the shell. I think the shell was more important in the early days of being a slug, like 150 million years ago. It sort of protects you from stuff. But then as soon as like elephants came along, I'll be honest, this shell doesn't do a lot. This shell doesn't do a lot against a mammoth. I'd rather be a slug. I'd rather be free. So that's what I think of slugs. And they're basically food for every vertebrate, type of vertebrate. The birds, lizards, mammal, just everything eats the slug. The slug is basically food. It just eats plants. It knows its place. That's all I know about slugs. Good luck to them. Freya says, we all know you're a huge dog lover. What is your favourite breed of dog? Oh, that's so difficult. My favourite breed of dog is the last one I've seen. Listen, I love the classics. I just don't think you can beat a beautiful retriever or a big old Labrador. But then, you start mixing them up because it's selective breeding, isn't it? A dog is a dog. I saw a dog the other day that was half German Shepherd, half Labrador. Amazing. The ears didn't know what to do because the Alsatian was going, let's do that, and the Labrador was going, let's do that, and so they sort of met in the middle. So I do notice the ears on a dog first. I just love all dogs. I love every breed of dog. I love a dog that likes me. I can't stand if a dog ignores me. I go, hello. He goes, yeah, whatever. I go, So I love some dogs are a bit too task orientated. They look at the ball, or I want a dog that loves me, or at least it looks like it loves me, even if it's just going, feed me. I don't care. But I do like a big old mixed up mongrel rescue. I honestly, I love all dogs. Do you get heckled much on stage? And what's your strategy for dealing with hecklers? Do you just ignore them, or have come back? I don't. I ignore them. Do you know what? I don't get heckled. No, I think I don't know. I don't know why I don't. I think it's rarer anyway in really big shows because they know you can't really hear them. So I think that usually happens in sort of clubs and comedy clubs and pub. There's more of a culture of that. There's no point in shouting from the back of an arena. And if you're at the front, you've paid too much. You don't want to ruin the show. It's so rare. I think I've had a couple of people shout out, and the whole of the tour, and even that's usually something like, "We love you, Ricky." I mean, you don't need to deal with it, but you should ignore them because and it's usually early on as you walk out. So no, I don't. I remember on Humanity, there's a bit where I'm talking about not having kids, and I'm in the middle of it, and I'm getting angry about this mythical child, and someone shouted something, and I what? He said, it's a waste of a life. Right? And I went, it put me off, I went, shut up, you, like that, right? And the audience sort of laughed, and I got on with it. And then as I was carrying on, my subconscious worked out that actually he was sort of complimenting me, like he was sort of saying, oh, that's a way, you should have kids, you'd be a good dad. And then I did the routine, and then I went to get a drink, and 10 minutes I said, sorry mate, when you shouted that, were you saying, he went, yeah. I went, oh, sorry for calling you. But it's sort of, I didn't want it to be an unjustified put down, because he was just a bit, and he was being nice. So I felt really guilty about putting him down. And it sort of preyed on my mind. And sometimes heckles will be nice, you know. So you just got to judge it. But I think if it's just ignore it, and they feel like a you move on. Because there's a certain part of a heckler that wants to be noticed. They sort of want to be part of the show, like a troll. They want you to. If you ignore them, they don't exist. Depending. I mean, if they were consistent, you know, you've got to deal with it. But it just doesn't happen at my gigs. It doesn't happen at theatre gigs. It doesn't happen at arena gigs. It happens, you know, when they're having a drink at a table in a club, I think. Ollie comic strip. If you met your 40 years younger self, what would you like about him? Or is it her? And what wouldn't you like? What would your younger self like about you, and what wouldn't he like? Apart from all the fat. Unbelievable. So what would my late 50s fat, grizzled, old, lazy, rich person think about my 20-year-old struggling, skinny, enthusiastic self? I don't know. I think I was all right. I'd probably say, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. It'll be fine. Don't. But then it happened, so he was fine. What would he like about me? I don't know. He'd probably, if he knew it was me, he'd be shocked that he lived that long. And was that fat. He'd go, I didn't know you could be that fat and still be alive at that age. I go, yeah, the medicine's amazing. The medicine's amazing in 40 years, mate. Have another drink. Don't worry about it. It's tough, that question, isn't it? Gunnar, you see a report on the news that you've died in a freak accident. It never ends well, does it? These questions for me. So I see on the news that there's a report that I'm dead. Do you call everyone right away or watch it play out? Well, I suppose, what would be the first thing I'd do? I suppose I'd have to call immediate family, wouldn't I? And then what I'd do is I'd replay it on the news, tape it and tweet it. Tape the news that I died. Oh God, it's a funny question. That's happened to a few people, isn't it, when they do that fake trends on Twitter. R.I.P. Maybe. What if I thought it was real? What if it's like one of those horror films when you're watching it on the news and you go, I'm not dead, and you look round and Jane's crying over my body and I am dead, I'm a ghost. That'd be good, wouldn't it? Oh. I like things like that, but the build-up's too much, isn't it? Those films when it's like a shock ending, you think, well, yeah, but that took 90 minutes. But just tweet the twist. I love a good horror film, but they're rare, aren't they? There's so few good horror films. Lots of things ruin a horror film for me. The first one is not taking it seriously. If I think that the director's got a wry sense of humour, that annoys me. I go, well, don't do it then. Don't do a spoof horror film, or don't try and get away with both. Don't sort of undermine the cliche because it ruins the tension. Just I want a sincere horror film that fucking scary and horrible, and you know, I want someone who's trying to make the audience fucking terrified. I don't want to try and make me laugh. Um, uh, I like something psychological. I really like something psychological. Something that's just the tension. I did when I was growing up. I liked things like vampire films and zombies. Zombies were stressful because it was never ending. Like I like the zombie trilogy and just opening the lift and they all come in. Like, oh fucking hell! Oh, that's too much. But now things like that don't make me. I'm not scared of that. Just something psychological. Just a face at a window is still good, isn't it? That's really good. A face at a window is still good. The bathroom mirror cliche. It's good. Oh, good. Clean your teeth. Look down. Look up. That's always a good one. Right. I would call immediate family gunner. What if they hadn't watched the news and I called them and said, I'm not dead? And they go, what? I'm not dead. Oh, all right, cheers. Bye. Bella, on a good day, how many pigeons do you think you could catch? I'm not fast enough to catch a pigeon, Bella. I've saved a few pigeons in my time. Once, right, we're in New York and it was like December. It was freezing, and there was a pigeon just on the pavement, and people sort of like walked past, and I went to it and it didn't move. And I thought, oh, I picked it up, and we were walking home, and it was. I was carrying it for about 25 minutes like that. I don't know what I'm going to do with it. And then it sort of wriggled and just flew off. I think it had just knocked its head or something. I just thought, and then it came to. So that one was easy to catch. A fat stunned pigeon is really easy to catch. But no, I'll be honest. I don't think many people can catch a pigeon. They're pretty cool customers. They always leave it when I'm in a car and they're sort of pegging somewhere, and the car. I think we've hit it, and it goes. Oh, it just leaves to the last minute. They're clever little things. Right. Here we go. Here he is. It's Rupert. Uncle, have you ever had any DIY home improvement disasters? Like my mum, who when her and dad lived in a flat, decided to decorate the lounge and wanted the bottom half of the walls papered and the top half painted. She decided, whilst dad was at work and after some wine, to help speed things up. So she measured a piece of wallpaper, cut it to size, then proceeded to cut the rest of the roll to that size. Only thing was, the walls were out. The walls were out. The walls weren't out. The walls were out. And so, not even, and was left with pieces cut way too short. I wouldn't know where to start with wallpapering. I just didn't know where to start. I've seen it done. My mum used to do it. Fucking ladders. On chairs and planks between that. She did the stairs. I don't know if she did the stairs. But I can't do DIY. I haven't got the patience. I just haven't got the patience to know you've got to do it. I know there's ways to do it, but I think, no, I can't do all that. I did try to build some shelving once. We lived in our first sort of flat and it was horrible. And there's nothing there. And I found 3 bits of wood in a skip. And I thought I'll make a shelf, and I had nothing to make it with, right? I think I had a hammer and a couple of nails. So what I did was I just put the 2 bits of wood like that, and put the bit of wood on top of it, right? And I nailed them like that and put it against the wall. And as soon as I did that, it just sort of went like that because there was no. So it was like that now. There was a parallelogram just against the wall, right? Right. And by the time Jane come home, what I'd done is I'd put another nail here, tied a bit of string to it, and pulled it and nailed it in the wall. So this shelf was 3 bits of wood with a bit of string nailed in the other wall. What a shambles. It was dreadful. You gotta do things properly. You can't, whoa, like me making a suit out of curtains. I think that's the worst one I've done. I'll tell you a good tip. What I used to do, I don't know where I saw it, but we used to find bits of wood and things in skips to make stuff. And I'll tell you a good tip for a shelf. If you get a nice bit of wood, bricks. Like a couple of bricks, shelf, couple of bricks, shelf. It looks really cool. But I've had a few of them. Once, I thought when I was in a band, because studio time was really expensive, rehearsal time was really expensive. I went to like a little local corner shop, and they had a basement. And I said, "Oh, can we use that to rehearse?" And I went, "Yeah." So I soundproofed it. Right, I found me and my band, we got loads of mattresses, and we put it all around the walls of this little basement. Right. But then when we came to rehearse in the summer, it was like a sauna of. So it was like 90 degrees down there, and all the in the mattresses came out, and it was like it just stank of hot. And so we went upstairs and said we can't do it anymore. Oh, what a disaster. So I think to answer your question, Rupert, yeah, I have had a few DIY disasters. Have I tried to fix anything else? Tried to fix a chair today in my office with sellotape. One of the things broke, so I tried to do it with sellotape. Yeah. In the end, I just swapped it out for a different chair. It's not going to work. You got to have a go, ain't you? Right. One last question. It's from Kermit. You awaken. You awaken. It's like translated from the Brothers Grimm or something, isn't it? You awaken with the mouth of an anteater and really short arms like T-Rex. So, like that, yeah? Right. You go downstairs for breakfast only to find Jane has signed you up for piano lessons. How do you cope? I could do that, couldn't I? I've got short arms, but I've got normal hands, have I? Or have I actually got... Because if I actually had the arms of T-Rex, that wouldn't be that bad, would it? Because you think that his arms short on him, but on me, they'd be alright, wouldn't they? But I'm assuming I just lean forward like that. Would my nose get in the way? If I'm trying to play the piano, I keep hitting my nose. Because I've got that. So I go... So I'll be honest, I think the piano lessons would be the least of my troubles. I'd come downstairs with the nose of an anteater and short arms, and I go, "Oh, the piano lessons." That wouldn't. It wouldn't. That's a drop in the ocean, mate. Unbelievable. Well, sorry if I didn't get to your question. I sort of try and see them through the day, these questions. They come in randomly. And I try and cut and paste them so they're all in one place. And I miss some and forget some. And yeah. So sorry if I didn't get to yours. But I hope you still enjoyed it. Listening to cats and dogs ask me about losing parts of my body. I'm just trying to think of other DIY disasters. Once, right, when we were at school in the library, me and my mate Jack were mucking around. Right, it's meant to be reading time, right, and it was sort of like, you know what a library's like, but it was like loads of shelves and a sort of a desk behind each little partition of shelves, right, where you know you're meant to be sitting quietly, and Jack thought it'd be funny to climb up, right, and look over at me to surprise me. And he got to the top and went like that, and I looked up and laughed, and then the shelves broke, and he just went like that, right? And it was an almighty crash, and all the shelves fell on him, and the teacher came round and looked at him like that, and Jack picked up a book and went, "Have you got anything on frogs?" And the teacher went mental. right, like the idea. He thought, I'm going to get in trouble anyway. I've got to make the most of this. I've got to go down fighting. I've got to go down laughing. Oh dear. Oh, well, there you go. That was a load of butts, wasn't it? I've had lots of requests from people to sponsor this, but they keep coming up with ideas. You know, really good money, but doing things. And I don't want to do anything. I just want it to be this. So any companies, I'll do it if I can just say, this is a load of sponsored by What's It. Thanks for the money. Here's a donation to animal charities, and then just do the normal show. I don't want to do anything but this. And so yeah, sorry about that. I wish I'd never asked now. I'm having to turn down really good money because I don't want to change this. I mean, that's ridiculous. Why? Well, let's stay sane, be nice to animals. Cheers. Hold on, where's the thing to turn it off? It's gone. Oh no, it's still there. Tatty bye, everyone. Tatty bye. Right, now listen, we're running late, so I'm going to be off this stage in 30 seconds, whether Albert John is fucking ready or not. Now, thank you for coming to this event to save the world. If this doesn't do it, I don't know what will. To put this together, we had to throw in flying comedians and actors and rock stars from all over the world, some of them in private jets. They use up a lot of fuel, but it saves queuing. So, please, put your hands together for the man who introduced this band to the world in his documentary film, Spinal Tap. Mr. Marty DeBergi.
Russell Brand and Ricky Gervais, try and behave yourself, gentlemen, if you can.
Do that again and do the names.
No, I'm not doing it again. That's fine.
Like he's Russell Brand and I'm Ricky Gervais.
I think people can work this out.
Yeah.
I think people can work it out. The short one and the tall one, so don't worry about that. Now, as far as you're concerned,
which is which?
I don't know. I haven't worked that out yet. As far as you're concerned,
That's his attack. That's his first attack on you, Ricky.
Oh,
What's he
yeah.
going to say about me?
Lightest.
Okay, should we talk about something else now?
Yeah, go on.
Okay,
Other
climate
you.
change. All right.
Okay.
Are you here tonight just to enjoy the content?
I'm
and
not here
to
tonight.
do the job.
I'm
You're
not here tonight. He is. This is
He
live.
is.
This is pre-recorded.
Right. Okay. Well, this is all going horribly wrong.
You
isn't
asked
it?
us.
I know.
I did
I'm
warn you.
regretting it now. I'm regretting it now.
No, it's a pleasure to be here, and everyone here is an absolute professional.
Except him. It's a shambles. Are you drunk?
Not yet. Now, climate change then. Is it something that you're interested in, or are you just here for the booze?
He's not holding that microphone.
perched.
I should tell you what his other hand's doing.
All right, no, never mind. Look, it's holding this, so don't worry about that. Don't believe everything you hear from this man. So I'll ask you, climate change. Is it something you think seriously about?
You're the preferable one.
Right.
Imagine that. Someone
Yeah,
would
you've
rather
got-
talk to you than someone else.
This
Go on.
is quite a mark on your character that he's turned to me. Yeah, I do, of course I care about climate change. Now, as individuals, we can do an awful lot. You, for example, you're going to have to change the way you're living your lifestyle. Don't look all cynical.
How do you know I live my? How do you know how I live my lifestyle?
No,
look, the
it's
idiot.
important.
It's
He
like
don't care
I go
about
around
nothing.
killing turtles for a laugh.
He does do that.
So climate change and my lifestyle.
Your lifestyle, particularly the way you turned up here on a jet bike, making women pregnant on his team just for a jolly.
That was a vicious rumour.
You're like a modern day Jack the Ripper, you are.
Right, thank you.
Oh, that's...
Oh dear, bring back Keane. Right, okay, but seriously, guys.
Okay, no, seriously,
Do you
no,
really
don't-
think that this sort of concert makes any difference whatsoever? There's a message out there, climate change. You guys are here having a good time. Everyone else is in the audience. Do you think it's significant?
It does make a difference because a lot of the acts were flown in by private jet. So that's added to the emissions no end.
Right, okay, so it's a bad thing then.
I just want people to let
That
Nelson
was a
Mandela
joke.
go.
Yeah,
As soon
get
as-
him out.
get him out.
And Maggie.
Let Mandela go.
And Charlie from Big Brother.
Charlie's got to be freed sooner or later, one of these days. Well, yeah, I think if all of us as individuals do the occasional thing, like me now, I can make you happy. Right there. You see, it's made a little difference to the world. By doing small things, we can
Yeah.
make a difference. We don't have to do a
Small
big
things
thing.
like him.
We don't have to...
Yeah, no, I think that's right. I think that's right. I don't clean my teeth now and let the tap run.
I don't do that.
No, exactly. I don't clean my teeth. I recycle. But I don't. Do you find it hard walking through busy built-up areas now? We have to have a car with blacked-out windows, don't we? And that adds to it. I used to walk
Right, well, you
everywhere.
have to walk everywhere. Go on rollerblades or something.
Yeah, no, they shout, "Do the dance." To you, which is weird.
And I can't do the dance, you know.
Of course you can. Go on.
I'm not really
no.
well. If it comes to that point, it's been a grim afternoon here at Wembley if I find myself doing that dance. Crikey.
I think I've actually had enough of all this now. I can't get any sense out of these two at all. You've been an absolute pleasure to talk to.
Now say the truth.
Turn the light off.
Back to you in the studio.
Happy birthday to me. Happy birthday to me. Happy birthday, dear Ricky. Happy birthday to me. Don't get me anything. Just get yourself a bottle of Dutch Barn vodka. I'll make a few quid out of that anyway, so cheers. It always comes back to that principle for me. All politics starts with that. Everything discussion, offence, right and wrong, everything, fundamental human rights. So I think I can, and there's so much misunderstanding that it's like you think that you can't make any quantum leaps when you talk about that, because there's such a fundamental misunderstanding about what free speech is with the general public. It should be taught in schools what free speech is.
Those who are feeling the pinch might wonder, you earn £167,000 per year. If you need help buying your wardrobe, why shouldn't pensioners on £13,000 a year get help with their heating bills?
Well, let me tell you what I'm focused on. I was elected into government with a strong majority and mandate to bring that change. And the change that I promised, that I'll be judged on, is whether living standards have improved and people feel better off. Whether our economy is growing in all parts of Scotland, all parts of the country, United Kingdom.
And there's an election
Whether
in
we've
18
got
months in
GB
Scotland.
Energy up and running to develop the jobs of the future.
Will people in
that's
Scotland
where I am
actually feel
focused.
that their lives have gotten better within 18 months, which is when Anna Sarwar wants to be First Minister?
We've already started taking the first steps. We're getting investment in. Great British Energy already up and running and making decisions.
Has George got new glasses? Well, I think the prize goes to Steve, who spotted my new glasses. And I should just like to make perfectly plain that Lord Ali had no part in the purchasing of these new glasses, which are, and my wife and I were just discussing this, I mean, this is kind of top of the range. These are Gucci glasses. They cost £200. But Keir Starmer's glasses cost £10,000. Admittedly, it was Lord Ali that was paying for them. But Gayatri asked me, how can glasses cost £10,000 if your Gucci glasses cost £200? What are Starmer's made of? Diamonds? Are there diamonds on the legs, if that's what you call them, of his spectacles, arms of his spectacles? Is he seeing through rose colour? How is it possible for your glasses to cost £10,000?
Well, there's three things that I can talk really confidently about and take on all comers that I know about, that I could probably. I reckon I could do a good 10 minutes on these without even practicing, and that's not comedy. I'll talk about what I know, which is opinion, of course, and it's subjective. But I talk about what I know and what principles of comedy and examples. I could do comedy, obviously. Free speech. I seem to have studied that inadvertently for like. It always comes back to that principle for me. All politics starts with that. Every discussion, offence, right and wrong, everything, fundamental human rights. So I think I can, and there's so much misunderstanding that it's like you think that you can't make any quantum leaps when you talk about that, because there's such a fundamental misunderstanding about what free speech is with the general public. It should be taught in schools what free speech is. Comedy, free speech, and animal welfare. And I can go off on millions of tangents with animal welfare because that is complex. So I think the best thing, probably the first two, if I wanted to be funny as well. It's typical to be funny with animal welfare.
Not one member of the Labour Friends of Israel has resigned as a result of the issuing of these arrest warrants. Imagine that. Not one.
Well, speaking of Labour, Bernsey says, well, let's see what Keith Starmer says now, because as we have seen, he does the opposite of everything he says. Yes, we said so. And Ravindra Bhatia says, for the younger ones amongst us, look up quisling in the dictionary if you want to get a different angle on Keir Sabotage Starmer. Quisling? Who is...
Quisling was the Nazi
treasurer.
Collaborator in Norway, and he gave his name to such people forever after.
Yeah.
This is, I don't know what this means to an American. This might as well not be on, might it? Because it's like, I'm just sitting here talking bollocks. It's getting pretty existential now, isn't it? You'll miss me when I'm gone. I want clips of this shown. Again, when I die, I don't want creator of David Brent and Afterlife, clips from that. I want clips from this. Oh dear. I suppose you've got to do everything you can to make yourself feel good, or the things you like. Watch a box set. Watch The Sopranos from the beginning. Watch comedy. Watch Curb Your Enthusiasm. Watch things you like. Be creative. Write about it. Moan about it. Write a blog. Moan about it. Get things off your chest. Write things about someone really annoying in the next bed. Make yourself laugh. Sometimes, right, if someone's annoying me, if I think of something about them, right, like fucking hell, is eating like a fat frog, right? And then I feel sorry for them because I think, oh, that poor bloke, he doesn't know that I'm calling him a fat frog. And then I feel sorry for him, and that makes me feel better. So, you know, you look forward to better days and keep yourself active. Creativity, play chess, try and get good at something if you can. Yeah, take care of yourself. Just care about yourself. Get yourself feeling better. Whatever, think what would make you feel better. Do that. That's probably terrible advice. Our doctor's saying, no, don't say that to people. Some of them are in here because they did stupid things. Some of them are in here because they used to like jumping off bridges and onto cars. Don't tell them to do what they like. But I must just say, any advice I give, don't say, I'm not a doctor. I'm not an anything. I'm not a politician. I'm not a doctor. I'm not a lawyer. So, right. Oh, thanks everyone. Stay safe. Be nice to animals. Have a good week. Tatty bye, everyone. Tatty bye.
Did Biden make a blunder, or did he have no choice really but to do this?
I mean, there's obviously your fair share of. You got your pillaging, you got all that, you got your murders. They're safe.
What's disgusting about it is that he BS'd for so many times that he said he wasn't going to pardon his son. And that's when he was going to run for president. So he lied. But that's typical of all politicians. All they are lying pieces of crap to get their way into office. So should he have done it? You know, Judge Andrew Napolitano, who was a top, he was a Supreme Court judge in New Jersey. He knows the Bill of Rights and the Constitution better than anybody that I know. He just wrote an article about the Biden pardoning his son. And he goes on to say, it's not right. But he goes on to also say what the son did was not that terrible, in terms that, let me get the proper language here, is that he harmed no one by his tardy tax payment with interest and penalties, and he harmed no one obtaining a gun permit and discarding the weapon. Thus, the three components of crime, legitimate authority, palpable harm, and articulable victim, are all absent in the Hunter Biden case. So that's the way the judge looks at it. But as I look at it, again, he lied and said he wasn't going to do it. But think about this. Then you got Trump. Trump gave this guy, Jared Kushner's father, when Trump was president, he pardoned him of his criminal activities. Oh, and now he just appointed him as America's ambassador to France. I'm just pointing it out. This is not a government. It's a crime syndicate.
Say this was a world where there was only one ruler and for a day you ruled it. I like it. I don't actually. I'd say no. If someone said, oh, you're the ruler of the world on the 5th of June, I wouldn't sleep till the 5th of June. On the 4th of June, I'd get out of it. I'd go, I can't do it. I don't want the pressure.
But Biden didn't pardon him for those two particular crimes that he'd been convicted of. He pardoned him for any crime that he may have committed. And what date did he choose? January of 2014, 3 weeks before Hunter started work, in quotation marks, at Burisma in Kiev. That's the rat that we can smell, isn't it?
Well, of course, it's not only, it's also that other little clown boy that ran for president. And again, these are all daddy's boys, John Kerry, his stepson-in-law, Chris Hines of the Hines 57 family. He was also on Burisma Energy. And this is after the United States overthrew the democratically elected government of Viktor Yanukovych in 2014. Right away, these two clown boys that don't know anything about Burisma Energy or Energy, they're on the board of directors, making tens of millions of dollars in front of everybody's eyes, but that's okay. So, yeah, I agree with you. What they're doing, it's a crime syndicate that people call a government. Again, this is your Trends Journal back in 2014. You see how happy that guy is? It's all about America's overthrow of the democratically elected government of Viktor Yanukovych, and the article is written by Dr. Paul Craig Roberts, former Assistant Treasury Secretary under Ronald Reagan, and he makes it clear right here. I'm not going to go into the whole thing. Ukraine presented the perfect opportunity for Washington to advance its hegemonic agenda, and goes on to talk about the overthrow. And then Biden brings his little boy in, a little drug addict, nothing little clown, shot up freak. But I know all about Burisma Energy.
You have the power to change the laws, but only one law you choose stays changed after 24 hours. What law would you want changed permanently? Well, it would be something around. It would be something around human or animal rights, definitely. It'd be good, wouldn't it? To you're not allowed to. Just not allowed to kill anything for a laugh. You're not allowed to kill an animal for a laugh. You're not allowed to just go trophy hunting. It's illegal. I mean, it should be in fox hunting. Just ridiculous fucking blood sports. You're not allowed to cause an animal any fucking pain unless it's a really good reason, like self-defense. If you're asleep at night and a shark gets in your window and starts eating it, you're allowed to hurt it. There you go. Anything else? Don't fucking torture and murder animals for a laugh. That's gone, right?
This little clown boy of nothing. You've been sucking off the public tit for over 60 years. A little jerk. And again, I want to make this clear too. All these little warmongers, you talked about Trump, he killed Soleimani, tried to overthrow the government of Venezuela. Oh, we're going to do this. We're going to be tough. These guys, they're all, I'm the same age as Trump. And Biden's, a couple of years older than me. We grew up during the Vietnam War. These little clown boys that talk real tough, where they got 4 and 5 draft deferments, and they love war. So anyway, going back to what Trump is going to do, Trump is going to do anything he wants to do, when he wants to do it, and how he wants to do it, and nobody's going to stop him. So Biden could get away with murder. They all could get away with murder. Look at their track records. By their deeds you shall know them. Look at the murderers. What, you like Bill Clinton's murders? Look what he did to Iraq. Killed over 500,000 Iraqi children. Ruined Yugoslavia. How about the Nobel Peace of Crap Prize winner, Barack Obama? When we got Afghan troop surge, I want that guy Gaddafi out of there. Get rid of Assad. All right, it's a crime syndicate. Talk about anyone you want. You were talking about Boris Johnson before. The best cartoonist in the world. Couldn't come up with a little freakier little clown boy than that. Take a look at that little Catzon Macron over there in France. Hey, how about Olaf Scholz? The people that get into government are the lowest pieces of slime that you could imagine. Not my language, a language of a real man that was in war, that hated war. Dwight D. Eisenhower, 5-star general, Supreme Commander of the Allied Forces, 2-term president. Google it up. Any man seeking the office of president is either an egomaniac or crazy.
No one believes him. The public don't believe him. The MPs on this side of the House don't believe him. His own gullible backbenchers don't believe him. So does the Prime Minister agree with me? He's been lying.
Prime Minister, sorry, we don't use those words, and I'm sure the members withdrawn it.
Mr. Speaker, I have the greatest respect for you and your office, but I will not withdraw. That man couldn't lie straight in bed.
Order. Mr. Anderson, you'll have to leave.
disenfranchising the nation. So let's call this out for what it is. The Prime Minister is a barefaced liar, and if you had any decency left...
No, order. Sit and leave. Leave now. I'll name you otherwise and go now, if I were you. Today's the Zara Sultana be named and leave this house. All those in favour? Aye. Leave. I'm sorry you've done this. I really am.
I hope you're bearing up with all this shit. It's not even all this shit, is it? It's all the uncertainty. That's what really gets me down. Maybe I don't know, maybe I've got some sort of OCD, but even in normal times, if I've planned everything, if something goes wrong or someone says, oh, I can't, I'll go, cancel it. Cancel it all. I'm never doing anything ever again. If I book a flight, right, and they go, oh, it's an hour delayed, right, never, yeah, you're never going to work again. Just everything's up in the air. You can't look forward to anything. You can't. Do you know the worst thing is as well? Apart from the devastation and the deaths and the strain on the health service and people losing their livelihoods and that, the worst thing is the fucking cunts in charge do what they want, and because the people in charge, the posh, privileged people in charge, were acting like Charlie Sheen. I mean, really rubbing salt in the wound. And as I say, I don't get political, but they're all shit.
It's one thing to say, as he insists on saying, nobody told me. Nobody told me anything. Nobody told me. The question is, why didn't the Prime Minister ask?
Mr. Speaker, in relation to her question, let me be clear. I should not have appointed Peter Mandelson. As soon as the further revelations came to light, I asked the Cabinet Secretary to review the process so I could be assured about the process. He wrote to me on the 16th of September, setting out the conclusions of that review and assuring me the process had been followed properly.
Like the public, I feel let down, disappointed, and I am angry. Peter Mandelson should never have been appointed. This was a fundamental failure of judgment. Matthew Doyle should never have been given a peerage. This was also a failure of judgment. It has played into the terrible narrative that there is something to hide, and good, decent colleagues will be accused of being complicit in a cover-up.
When are we going to stop taking went to Eton as a qualification to run the country? I mean, fucking hell. Oh, so that's why I'm doing this as well, because I've noticed all around, you know, there's a lot of annoyance and frustration, totally justified as well, misinformation, anger, anxiety and depression, you know. But I do notice, I have noticed that it's getting a lot of people down. So, and this, you know, helps me. Like, you know, when you can't do stuff, you think, well, I've got to do something. We're built like that. We've got to do something. You know, it's so this helped me doing this. Just, you know, talking bollocks. Yeah.
Oh, that's him, is it? Wow. Didn't know we had a big great guy, mate. Wow. Wow. Oh, I should have brought my boxing gloves out. Nice to meet you again. Oh, hiya, Ben. Yeah. Do you want to give a pout? Do you know his middle name?
I don't know, he's making paper mache, so go easy. There we go, we got a box to be in the summer.
I hope there's no kids. I hope there's no kids watching, because I've said the C word as well. I apologise. People are eating their tea. Fucking slagging off the government. Just life in general.
It turns to you and says, you know, enough's enough. This pressure is intolerable. Would you listen to her?
I always listen to Vic.
And I think she was the one in the first place that basically said, why on earth would you want to go into politics? But she is an absolute...
And your answer to that question now?
She is an absolute rock, and I confide in her all of the time, and hers is the best advice. And I'm just thankful that I've got her every day.
And at the moment she's advising you to keep going.
She is, yes, and we talk everything through, and it's fantastic. We've got also two fantastic kids, a 17-year-old and a 15-year-old. I can't tell you how much joy and happiness they bring. They are my pride and joy every single day.
Peace and quiet, more and more. Peace and quiet. Just want peace and quiet. That's what, I just want peace and quiet. I mean, to the extent that, I don't know, I just want, I want to know what I'm doing. When I know I've got a night in, or I know everything that's happening, right? I know when I've got to work and when I've got to relax. And then if I've got, oh great, like Netflix, I've got a night off, a bottle of wine, Netflix, this. Someone calls and says, oh, we're in town, do you want to do dinner? Oh, fucking hell. I wish I was dead. Only death can get me out of this. Peace and quiet, yeah. Peace and quiet. Everyone to be happy. More and more now, you worry, like other people's misery spoils it for you. That's an age thing, isn't it? When you can be happy and then you can see one thing like, oh, like a terrible fucking story on the news or a bit of animal cruelty, it just ruins your fucking day, doesn't it? You think, oh, I can't enjoy myself now because I've got to sort that out. I've got to save that dog. That's why I do everything. Peace and quiet. I want it right. If I do that, I can have peace and quiet. Peace and quiet. I love peace and quiet now. For about a minute, then I get bored. I might have some condition. I want to do whatever I'm not doing, unless it's someone else's idea. Then I want you to carry on doing what I was doing. Oh God. This is like a therapy session, isn't it? You are my therapists, and you're not qualified. I hope this is good for you as well. I don't just do it for me.